Hello, cretins. This is Cranky Karinsky coming at you with a video about Godforge Hero Synergy bonuses. This means I'm talking about the bonuses described in the hero kits, which we get when combining certain heroes, as shown here with Odin. So if we look at his core ability, if we put Jerry or Frecky on the team with him, their turn meter gets increased by 100%. The scope of this video is limited to the beta testing heroes currently on the Godforge website from the Aaru, Asgard, and Avalon factions. I've made a summary sheet for each bonus synergy. This one I call Mother and Son, based on the lore between Horus and Isis. Its type is reciprocal, meaning each one does something for the other. Usage is widespread, so we can use it throughout the game. Simplicity is simple, so we don't have to jump through a lot of hoops. The achievability, I put it very difficult because both are legendary heroes, and Horus, on top of it, is an eternal hero, meaning it's going to be harder to get him. The rating, I put it solid, and for comments, both can provide shielding and healing. Now let's go look at their kits. So here we have Horus. He is a legendary hero. He's in the Aaru faction. His archetype is Defender, and as we talked about earlier, he is an eternal hero. If we go down to his abilities, we can see he has synergy with Isis on his basic ability, where he will provide some healing for himself, but if Isis is on the team, she is healed by the same amount. If we go to his ultimate ability, he puts shield on all allies, but if Isis is on the team, her shield cannot be removed, and it is 30% stronger. Let's go look at Isis. Here we have Isis, legendary hero, Aaru faction, archetype is Invoker. We go down to her abilities. We're going to find her bonus synergy with Horus on her ultimate. She revives all allies, and if Horus is revived by this, we're going to place Radiance 2 on him for 2 turns. Radiance 2 reduces damage received by 20% and reflects the reduced damage back to the attacker. This synergy bonus I call Daddy's Little Girl, based on the lore between Ra and Bastet. It's one-sided, with Bastet offering a synergy. Widespread, simple, has medium achievability because Bastet's an epic, Ra is a legendary, but we can grab him early on in the game. The rating is strong, and these two synergize really well without even having a bonus. They both do high damage, and both like to place Blaze. They both receive benefits from attacking enemies that are under Blaze. So there's a lot going on where they help each other out. I give it a WIP for work in progress because Fateless is still making changes to the divinity generating system, and we don't know exactly whether that's going to impact one of the things on Bastet's kit. Let's go take a look. Here we have Bastet. She is an epic hero. She's part of the Aaru faction, and her archetype is Slayer. As we come down to her abilities, we will see she gets a synergy bonus with Ra on her core ability, where she's attacking all enemies. She has a chance to place resistance down 1, but if Ra is on the team, her damage goes up by 25%, and resistance down gets promoted from level 1 to level 2. Here we can see the difference between resistance down 1 and resistance down 2. It'll increase from 20% up to 40%. Also, if we come down to her ultimate ability, and we look at her awakening bonus, where if you can get her to level 3 awakening, which is down here, that her and Ra will get 50 divinity for every blaze that is placed. Now, Fateless is changing how divinity is generated, so I don't know if this is going to stay the same or get changed. Also, as we come down to the divinity generator area in all the hero kits, Fateless has told us that they are doing away with this. So if anything's showing up down here for synergy bonuses, we are not going to talk about it. I'm calling this synergy bonus, Who Let the Dogs Out? Woof, 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 because it involves Anubis, Hound of Duat, and Jackal. It's one-sided because only Hound of Duat is offering anything. It's widespread, average, and achievability is difficult because even though Jackal's a common, Hound of Duat's an epic, but he's an eternal, so he's not going to drop that often. Anubis is a legendary in a pool of many other legendaries, so his drops will be rare also. Rating is weak because I don't find Hound of Duat's kit to be very strong. In addition, Anubis can stand all by himself, so I don't think he really needs the other two. Let's go take a look. Hound of Duat is an epic hero. He's part of the Aaru faction, and his archetype is Defender. He's also an eternal hero. We come down to his abilities, we can see that part of his synergy bonus is on his core ability, where he's putting shields on allies for 25% of the damage he does. So if Jackal or Anubis are on the team, there's a 25% chance to refresh the cooldown of this ability when either of them are attacked, which means he could reset his core if we meet this conditional ability, which is why I did not give it a rating of simple. Also, if we come down to his ultimate, he's trying to protect his team, puts Retaliate on himself, and then Protect 2 on all other allies for one turn. But if Jackal or Anubis are on the team, they're also going to get Intercept on them for one turn. That means if Jackal or Anubis are directly attacked, Hound of Duat will step in and he'll take the hit for them, so he takes damage and they don't. I'm calling this synergy bonus Schleimdall because it involves Heimdall and the Asgard faction. It's one-sided, widespread, and simple. I gave it a difficult achievability because I don't think Heimdall is going to drop that often, and the rating is solid. Let's go take a look at his kit. Here we have Heimdall. He is a legendary hero. He's part of the Asgard faction, and his archetype is Defender. As we come down to look at his abilities, we will see that on his ultimate, he is protecting his team, placing the defense up and shield buffs, and also Protect 2 on all allies. And these buffs cannot be removed when placed on heroes from Asgard. So no stripping any of the buffs for the Asgardians. This synergy bonus I'm calling Man with Two Dogs because it involves Odin, Freki, and Jerry. It's reciprocal, widespread, and simple. The achievability is very difficult. Freki and Jerry are both epics, and Odin is a legendary, but he's an eternal hero, so he's not going to drop very often. The rating is dominant because this is one of the strongest synergy bonuses I've seen to date. And it's also possibly a work in progress because the divinity generation changes currently being worked on might impact one of the kits. Let's go take a look. Here we have Odin. He is a legendary hero. He's part of the Asgard faction, and his archetype is Disruptor. Also, he's an eternal hero. If we come down and look at his abilities, we're going to see that his synergy bonus is on his core ability, where if we have Jerry or Freki on the team, we're going to increase their turn meter by 100%. Here we have Freki, who's an epic hero, part of the Asgard faction, and Freki is a brawler. So we come down to look at Freki's abilities, we're going to find synergy bonuses on Freki's basic, attacking an enemy, the chance to place bleed, but if Jerry is on the team, we're going to increase that chance to place bleed by 25%. Also, if Odin is on the team, we're going to activate any bleeds after attacking, which means we don't have to wait. They can start taking damage right away. And if we come down to the ultimate ability, we're going to see that if Jerry and Odin, you have to have both, are on the team, we're going to increase their divinity and turn meter by 30%. So here, with the changes Fateless is making to the divinity generation system, I don't know if this is going to get changed. Here we have Jerry, who is an epic hero, part of the Asgard faction, and Jerry is a defender. We come down to look at Jerry's abilities. We have all kinds of things going on. So if we look at the basic ability, Jerry's attacking an enemy with a chance to place attack down 2 for 2 turns. Now if Freki is on the team, also has a 50% chance to place blunt 2 on the target for 2 turns. Here we're looking at blunt 2, and we can see that it decreases strong hit chance and strong hit damage by 30%. If Odin is on the team, we're going to place barrier on him for 50% of the damage inflicted. We come down to the ultimate ability, we're going to see Jerry's attacking all enemies with a chance to place taunt for a couple of turns. Now if Freki and Odin are on the team, we also get a 75% chance to place Terrify for 2 turns. Here we have Terrify, which we can see increases divinity cost by 50%. And on top of it, if we go over to the passive, we see that Jerry can protect team members when their health, their HP, falls below 50%, and then it's going to place taunt on the attacker. Also, if Freki or Odin are the target of the attack, we're going to prevent their death and fill this hero's turn meter by 50%. So I see people interpreting this in different ways. The way I see it, if Freki or Odin, their health is above 50%, they get a killing blow, it's going to prevent their death. And more than likely, they're going to end up with maybe 1% hit points, kind of like some other mechanic in the game. In addition, there could be a cooldown placed on this, so it's going to take some testing or maybe further clarification from Fateless to fully understand what this passive is going to do for us, because it could become really powerful and even be abused in the game. This energy bonus I call Clever Girl because it involves Aslog and the Asgard faction. So it's one-sided, usage is niche, simplicity is simple, and achievability is easy because Aslog is a rare hero. The rating I put at weak because it's only useful if disable protection is briefly needed. Let's go look at her kit. Here we have Aslog. She is a rare hero. She's part of the Asgard faction, and her archetype is Invoker. If we go down to her abilities, we will find her synergy bonus on her ultimate skill, where she will place Stalwart on all allies from Asgard for 1 turn, that increases the turn meter of all allies by 15%. So only the Asgardians get Stalwart. Stalwart is a buff that protects us. It makes us immune to disables. The duration is reduced when an enemy attempts to disable the hero. Also, it will remove disables when placed on the hero. This synergy bonus I call Warrior Couple. It involves Lagertha and Ragnar Lothbrok. It is reciprocal, widespread, and simple. Achievability is easy because it involves 2 rare heroes. The rating I put is weak because both of their kits I would consider mediocre. Let's go take a look. Here we have Lagertha. She is a rare hero, part of the Asgard faction, and her archetype is Defender. As we come down to her abilities, we see her synergy bonus is on her core ability, where she places the shield on the team, and if Ragnar Lothbrok is on the same team, place Intercept on him for 1 turn. Here we have Ragnar Lothbrok. He is a rare hero. He's part of the Asgard faction, and his archetype is Brawler. we come down to his abilities, we see his synergy bonus is on his basic ability, where he's attacking one enemy 3 times, has a 15% chance to place Blunt 1 on the target for 2 turns, and if Lagertha is on the team, she'll join in too. This synergy bonus I call Deception and Betrayal, based on the lore between Sigurd and Brynhild. It's one-sided, because only Sigurd is bringing something to the table. Its usage is niche, simplicity is simple, and achievability is medium. Brynhild is an epic hero, and Sigurd, while he's a rare, he's an eternal. So that's going to make him a little bit harder to get. Rating I put as solid. Comments, it's a work in progress. We'll see on the kit. And it's worth pointing out that Sigurd is a boss killer, and Brynhild can help keep him alive. Let's go look at the kits. Here we have Sigurd. He is a rare hero. He's part of the Asgard faction. His archetype is Brawler, and he's an eternal hero. As we come down to his abilities, we will see he gets a synergy bonus on his basic, where he's attacking one enemy and placing barrier on himself. If Brynhild is on the team, she's getting the barrier also. Coming over to his core ability, he's attacking one enemy, placing initiative up 1 on himself, and if Brynhild is on the team, she is getting initiative up 1 also. With Fateless making all these changes to Divinity Generation, they also changed the word initiative to faith. So initiative is now gone, and we now have faith. Whether that changes what's happening here on his core, I don't know. So we're going to have to wait to see what happens. I call this synergy bonus Interceptor. It involves King Arthur and the Avalon faction. It's one-sided, widespread, and simple. Achievability is difficult because you have to get King Arthur to Awakening level 1 for it to happen. The rating is solid because Arthur can help keep your Avalon heroes alive. Let's go look at his kit. Here we have King Arthur. He is a legendary hero. He's in the Avalon faction, and his archetype is Defender. As we go down to his abilities, we will find on his basic, under Awakening bonuses, if we can get Arthur to level 1 Awakening, he's going to place Intercept on all allies from Avalon for 1 turn. This energy bonus I call Debuffin. It involves Vivienne and the Avalon faction. It's one-sided, widespread, and simple. The achievability is difficult because Vivienne is a legendary hero. Rating is strong because she provides a debuff cleanse for Avalon allies prior to a team-wide attack on her ultimate. Let's go look at her kit. Here we have Vivienne. She's a legendary hero. She's part of the Avalon faction, and her archetype is Invoker. As we come down to her abilities, we're going to find her synergy bonus on her ultimate, where she's going to do a cleanse for her team, removing all disables from all allies, and she's going to remove all debuffs on all allies from the Avalon faction before she does a team-wide joint attack. So think of this as nerf prevention before the whole team schmacks one enemy. This synergy bonus I call Chaos and Order. It involves Cerridwen and the Chaos and Order allegiances. It's one-sided, niche, and average. Achievability is easy because Cerridwen is a rare hero. I gave it a weak rating, but maybe it might be useful to meet some unique requirements. Let's go take a look at her kit. Here we have Cerridwen, and she is a rare hero. She's part of the Avalon faction, and her archetype is Invoker. I will point out that her allegiance is Order, because that's going to come into play in a moment. On her abilities, on her ultimate, we see that she increases divinity of all allies by 10%, and then any order allies on the team are going to get sharpen 1 for 1 turn. Sharpen 1 increases strong hit chance and strong hit damage by 15%. And any chaos allies are going to get retaliate for 1 turn. Over on her passive, we see that for order allies, if they're taking any damage, it's going to be decreased by 10%. And with the chaos allies, if they are inflicting damage, it's going to be increased by 10%. I don't find her kit very powerful, but maybe one day someone can use her in the Chaos Tower in a certain scenario that will be helpful. This synergy bonus I call Defensive Healing. It involves the Solda and all defenders. It is one-sided, used in some scenarios, and it is simple. Achievability is easy because we get a Solda at the beginning of the game. The rating is solid because it provides useful healing for a multi-defender team. Let's go take a look. Here we have a Solda, who is a rare hero. She's part of the Avalon faction, and her archetype is Invoker. As we come down to her abilities, we're going to find the Synergy bonus on her passive, which states when an allied defender is attacked, she's going to heal all allies 10% of their maximum HP. This Synergy bonus I call the Lovebirds because of the lore between Isolde and Tristan. It's reciprocal, widespread, and simple. Achievability is easy because both heroes are rare, and we're going to get Isolde early on. The rating is solid because they help keep each other alive. Let's go look at the details. Here we have Isolde, who is a rare, part of the Avalon faction. Archetype is Invoker. As we come down, we're going to find a Synergy bonus on her basic, where she's attacking one enemy and placing Mend on the ally with the lowest hit points for 2 turns. Now, if Tristan is on the team, he will also receive a Mend. Mend reduces bleed stacks by 2 and heals 10% hit points at the start of the turn. Coming down to the ultimate, we'll see that if there's a Tristan on the enemy team, there's a 75% chance to place Charm on him for 2 turns, which cannot be resisted. I think this is a typo. Charm is worded in a weird way, so I'm just going to translate. Now, if you put Charm on an enemy and a different enemy attacks you, that charmed enemy is going to come in and take the hit for you. So the charmed enemy takes the damage, you don't. Now, if the charmed enemy directly attacks you, it's not going to activate. And the last part, only one charm can be active on a team at any time. Here we have Tristan, who is a rare hero, part of the Avalon faction, and his archetype is Defender. As we come down to his abilities, we're going to find a Synergy bonus on his basic. He's attacking an enemy with a 25% chance to transfer 1 debuff from a random ally to Tristan. Now, if Isolde is on the team, if this 25% chance happens, we'll also transfer all debuffs to Tristan from Isolde. As we come over to his core, we see he's placing a shield on all allies. Now, if Isolde is on the team, she receives a shield that is 50% stronger. And if we come down to the awakening bonuses, if we can awaken Tristan to level 5, he's going to place Protect 1 on all allies, but if Isolde is on the team, she's going to get Protect 2, and both Protects are going to be placed for 2 turns. Protect 1 and Protect 2 transfers 20% or 40% of the damage this unit would receive to the hero who placed this buff. Coming down to his ultimate, we see he's attacking all enemies and then placing Radiance 1 on all allies for 2 turns. There's a typo here. If Isolde is on the team, she gets Radiance 2 for 2 turns. Radiance 1 and Radiance 2 reduces damage received by 10 or 20% and reflects the reduced damage back to the attacker. This is Cranky Kerensky, signing out.